All right, friends, here we are. Good evening. What's up? What's up, everybody? Sorry for a bit of a delay, but here we are on a Wednesday evening. And what we wanted to do was just to talk a little bit about how things have been the last 6 months or so. So I want to welcome you all to the channel. And we are going to get people on board and we will be having chats with our friends. So here we are, Joy of the World. Welcome, Joy.
Thank you very much. What's up, Pat? A new name.
What is up? So hey, why don't we start it off with one of your trademark dances?
I was waiting for a cue. The doorbell.
Oh, the doorbell, yeah. All right.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
The doorbell that we missed, but yes, and we've got someone else here. Let's see about. Let's throw Desert Cat in there. Piece of artwork there. And what we're looking at tonight is just having a chat with our friends.
Yeah.
Chat with our friends to see how things are going because, of course, as you all know, we've had some changes in our daily lives over the last 6 months.
There are a lot, actually.
And Desert Cat sending me a private message saying hello. So just hello, hello to you, Joy, and hello to me. Hello, Desert Cat.
Yeah. Hello to you too, Desert Cat.
And MG Diaries is here. Thank you, MG, for coming by. I hope that you enjoy our little talk tonight. Maybe we'll learn a little bit of how things have changed. Again, our disclaimer is the video is for entertainment purposes only. We're only sharing our experiences tonight. And so,
True. Actually, MG Diaries has a lot of stories to tell if she's here.
I wish that she'll join. I know that you've got the link, MG. So feel free to come up and join us, and we'll certainly take you up there. But no,
But she's on work. She's at work.
oh, she is. Okay.
Yeah. But hopefully she can participate with us through the chat.
Yes, hopefully we can. And then what we'll be able to do, we hope, is to be able to talk a little bit about how things have changed over the last 6 months.
Yes.
Of course, that's a big endeavor to be able to say, okay, what happened in 6 months? Because there's been a lot of change in all our lives. No matter where you are, um, no matter where you live, there's been changes.
Yeah. Actually, so much change. Because especially here in our place, we do celebrate some festivals.
Yes.
And then we were not able to celebrate Araw ng Davao. We were not able to celebrate um, Kadayawan Festival. It's one of the biggest festivals in the country.
What's the name of the?
It Kadayawan.
Oh,
It's Kadayawan. Yawan. Kadayawan. I'll just get it typed there.
wow, yeah,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Actually, MG Diaries is also from Davao, but
Oh,
she's now working in UAE. They're living there already.
oh, okay.
There's MG. She has a message.
And here we are, MG, working friends. Sorry that you're not able to join us, but you are more than welcome if you're able to, of course. And then Kadayawan, that's the name of the festival, huh?
Yes, it's celebrated every August, third week of August. So last August, we don't have it. But then you saw some of my contents. I had a durian, I had a mangosteen. So those are some of the things that
Oh,
is
that's
really abundant. It's really abundant during the month of August.
oh, I see. That's where that was from.
Yeah. Actually, kadayawan means good, or madayaw. It's a Dabawenyo word that means good.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, some icons of the city were,
Mia, our friend from Montreal, thumbs up. She
yeah, hi, shout out.
shout out to her, and she is our friend from Montreal.
Hi there.
So what we're looking at then is, and we'll have more conversation as we go through the evening. So
Yeah,
Mia, if you want to, the C Family TV, if you want to either jump up or drop a link or drop messages, we'll certainly be able to do that. I do want to share a little bit about how changes have been happening um, with all of our lives, and I'll share about what's happening over here in my neck of the woods for sure. And we will be talking about how changes have happened up in the Philippines and in Davao. We'll be talking about how
yeah,
changes have happened here in the United States, and we're just going to talk about our experiences. So the video again is just for entertainment purposes. We are talking about our experiences. For those of you who have been following Joy of the World's channel, he's shared quite a bit, and he's done his live streams and shared quite a bit of life and lifestyle from the Philippines. And for those of you who have followed our channel, my channel is What's Up, Pat. We've had a bit of a branding change, so that's our new name. And I've talked a little bit about the changes that have happened in the last 6 months, starting with, of course, um, my flight during the pandemic, trying to fly
yeah.
to the US from Canada, where I'm from. So that was interesting to see. And then we were looking at what else can we talk about, where I had posted a couple of videos earlier on which talked about positive stories, which was a fantastic. If I can look at that, it was a fantastic way to showcase the human spirit and the positivity of the human spirit when we look at what people are doing during during this time, and how they remained positive and how they shared their positivity and how they um, let's see how they have just basically shared that. Let's see here if I can find it. Some of the positive things that were shared through.
Hello to Wendell Moralda, shout out.
Shout
Also, one one comment from the C Family TV. Oh, I missed that. I like the new Whitey name po, catchy. From What's up, Pat? Yeah.
Thank you for that. So here's that channel that we were just talking about, and what we did there was just talk about the positivity. Some thoughts during COVID and some positive thoughts, of course, during COVID. All right, let's drop that screen. So thank you guys for joining us. We've got Joy of the World, of course. He is our co-host extraordinaire. And thank you for the C Family, for Desert Cat, for MG Diaries, and for Wendell Moralda for coming and joining us as we start talking about the.
Yes. Welcome, Team Kajoy.
That's right. We got we got part of the team on board tonight.
Yeah.
So when we look at what's happening with the changes, what are you finding, Joy?
Um. Actually, it's a bit tough because I'm a freelancer, and one of the things that I do is to attend some events and somehow do some marketing on it. I'm a blogger, so it's with a B, not just with a V. So what I do is that I'm more active with my blog site. in my FB page that was then before. And so there were no activities, no events because everything was scrapped out.
Sure.
So we were like, oh, what's going to happen to our pages? What's going to happen to our sites? And then I also bake. And then I asked myself, how am I going to supply some of the cafes that I'm already supplying?
Yeah.
How am I going to deliver? How am I going to get some stuff, the ingredients and everything? Because there are a lot of restrictions. We will be having like a pass that you are allowed only for these days. So that's not every day. And then senior citizens are not allowed to go out.
Right.
So if you do not have the pass, your name is not with the pass, you cannot go out as well. My name is not with the pass. So I told myself, oh my, so I'm gonna stay at home for several months.
Yeah.
So that's really tough. And so I just got to have something productive. Thank you to see Family TV. Yes, I'm a blogger, but I'm not really a very influential blogger. I'm just an ordinary one. But what happened was I really need to make myself productive. That's one of the philosophies that I'm holding to because I know for a fact that everything that is really happening is something, it's a challenge, but we still need to make ourselves productive. So
Right.
one thing that I do to divert my attention from the current situation, so I just started to watch videos on YouTube because I'm not really used to watching videos on YouTube. I'm just more with just skimming some videos, but not really on the part that I'm going to make myself really a vlogger
Yeah.
because I'm just having fun. Um, I just wanted to make myself like uh, to divert my attention, and I just wanted to somehow make myself productive. And eventually, actually, this month, October, is my target of being monetized.
Oh,
Yeah, but I got monetized early on. So
nice.
it's just like,
Done.
okay, I'm going to divert my energy to something else that is something productive. And I told myself, okay, YouTube will be a good step, a good diversional activity for me. I have a lot of throwback videos and photos that I can edit to so that I can really divert anything, everything from the current situation. But of course, we do accept the reality that
Yeah.
it is really there. But still, we have to move on. We have to make something productive. And somehow, it is what it's like we are planting seeds the past few months. And for example, it was March, so April, May, June, July, August. So the fifth month was something a productive month that I got monetized. And then last month, I was able to at least make more connections, and then the dogs, and then barking again.
There it is.
Yeah, and then having fun doing some live streams, and then doing our schedules of premieres. So it really our lives really changed from being a freelancer that I can go outside home. Now I'm more focused with being on cam. Hi guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's one thing.
Got comments from the C family, so a lot of changes. And then MG Diary talked about it. It is really tough. But looking at Joy of the World's positivity despite the situation is really inspiring. Joy. Thank you, MG.
Yeah, that's why we have to spread joy and the positivity.
Humble, humble, humble. Yes, agree. Make use of our time and make the most of what we have right now for the C family. So congrats, she says, to you, Joy, for
Yeah, thank you very much, the CTV family.
innovation. It looks like we're gearing up for us coming in both next month. But yeah, it changes, and I think part of why I've got my cowboy hat on is because that's one of the big events that I've missed here. So, Joy, you were talking about your huge festival over there.
Yes, Kadayawan. What?
And over here, where I live very close to Coachella Music Festival, if you've heard of that. It's an international music festival. Um, Recently, we had Beyonce who closed it out one year. And then I go to the Stagecoach Country Music Festival, same grounds. And I'm missing it this year. So that's one of the festivals that we enjoy. Top country stars come right here to our desert, and it's about 15 minutes away from home, so it's very close to us here. And I've seen everyone from uh, all of the top stars, you name it, they've been out here. Brad Paisley was out here. The newer stars, Carrie Underwood was out here. Taylor Swift was even out here. We've got a number of them in the that come out. That's
Yeah,
what.
really big stars.
Um,
Actually, I do like country music. It's very relaxing.
yeah, it's fantastic. And so what we're trying
Yeah.
to do is trying to what else do we do? The other thing is that big music. Sorry, the BNP Paribas. For those of you that watch tennis and in the tennis world, of course, the top four um, tournaments in the world is the Grand Slam. So you've got the U.S. Open, you've got Aussie Open, you've got the French Open, and you've got Wimbledon. The fifth largest tournament in the world is right here, and it's literally across the street from where we live, and it's the BNP Paribas. So that's one of the things that we missed. Naomi was out here, of course. My favorites, Rafa Nadal. He was out here. So belated happy birthday! Thanks for joining us, Hennepin. Belated happy birthday to you.
Belated happy birthday, Hannibal. So, welcome to everyone. We're just sharing our stories in here
Yeah.
and what are our experiences during the past 6 months. And hopefully, you can also share some of your experiences through the chat if you're not going to go up here.
But
Hopefully, you can also share.
you up there if we need to. On the private chats, we've got the Desert Cat talking about the pandemic allowed him to build genuine relationships, spending more time with family and planning his work better. People all around the world are finding new ways to address the need for interconnectedness. And he's been in contact with friends and family through online means, more now
Yes,
than pre-COVID days. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Desert Cat. The forced isolation has served as a reminder of how much our loved ones mean to us. And with this new
true.
importance of connection, families are coming together in ways like never before. Now,
Yes,
ain't that the truth? What we look at here is how we all have found different ways to find ways to connect with each other. So I know that in everyday life, whenever I'm going into, whether it's into my clinic or whether into the malls or whether into stores, there's a lot of precautions. There's temperature checks, there's symptom checks,
yes.
face
With
shield.
the mask, the shield, hand washing, frequent hand washing.
Then there's the social distancing where you're wanting to
Yeah,
maintain 6 feet distance, and that is
two meters.
has shown us that it's possible, it's doable to help prevent the spread. But then we, as social beings, have found ways to maintain connectedness with other people, and whether it be the phone calls or like what we're doing now. And I do a lot of meetings
Yeah,
through FaceTime, Zoom, Teams meetings. A lot of those are coming through as ways to connect. So I can't go into a boardroom with 12 people now, but I can certainly put up a Teams or a Zoom meeting with 12 people and connect
yeah.
that way. So we're finding different ways.
And since it is already the digital age, so it's fine right now, unless it is not the digital age. So we will really have a difficulty of connecting with other people. And especially here in YouTube, we were able to know a lot of people from different sides of the world. So you're from the United States, I'm from the Philippines, other of our friends are from the United Arab Emirates, and then from Malaysia. And then we really have a lot of connections right now than ever before.
Right.
But actually, it is still a thing to have close or just like at least we can hug our friends. But right now, it is not a thing. So we can only hi,
Right.
say hi,
And
or have a fist bump with not with a fist,
and elbow bumps and
with this one elbows.
yep, virtual hugs, MG Diaries.
Yes, virtual hugs.
And Henny's talking about visiting, so she'll do virtual visits to our places, right? Virtual visits to our places, MG, Joy of the World, July, Coup Vlog. So thank you for that, Henny. But yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely found ways. And that's kind of how this whole YouTube journey for me has started. Oh, we got Rainan Namalata. So shout out to you. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, one of the sons of Julaiko Vlog.
Oh,
He's the eldest of Julaiko Vlog. Thank you very much for coming, Raynan. He's also from Bohol,
oh okay.
just
Uh,
like Rainbell.
I visited last year.
Oh yeah, I saw you some of your videos. Raynan wanted to go up. Do you want to go up, Raynan?
See here.
Pahingi hagdan host.
You want me to
Yeah,
throw?
everything is virtual right now.
I'll throw the link on your. Should I do it on your messenger?
Yeah. Wait.
Zoom in on your messenger.
I'm gonna forward it to her mom, to his mom.
Okay. Oh yeah. So our YouTube journey actually started with me being up in Canada when being up in Vancouver when my dad was sick and you can't do anything, you can't go out. So I started dabbling a little bit in creating videos and found that this is something that's enjoyable. I mean, I love creating the videos, I love editing the videos, finding the music for the videos like that. It's been fun.
Yeah, actually, for me, it's I'm a nurse, freelancer, event attender. So it's also one thing that has that's one of the new skills that I have right now. I can edit videos, and I can connect to more people. I can host without being facing a lot of people. I'm just facing the camera. So it's really a lot of things that have changed.
Keeping an eye on that camera and it develops you in ways that you might not have known. So your speaking and public speaking and presentation abilities are tested out here, and then there's
True.
abilities. And I'm a year or two older than you, Joy, but learning how to make the music and the editing and the fades and putting the titles and just piecing it all together. That's been fun. That's the fun part for me. I can't do as much travel as I have been in the past because of the current pandemic. So I've leaned on the little bits of travel that I'm able to do and looking at old pictures and piecing it together to see how we can create either a true video or a retrospective video. So that's been fun.
Yeah, actually, and doing all those videos, we are like doing small projects. We're making it organized, and we are making things like, oh, it's we have our finished products, we
Yeah,
have our output. And that is really fun. Something really that is out of the box.
yeah, it really is. And then I even got to learn the sound effects app that you use.
Yeah.
So
And that also made me
that it was hard
dance.
when friends always wanted to squeeze you for your birthday. Yeah, that is hard, Henny, and it really is. So, as Henny experienced, she had a birthday recently, and you couldn't quite get those hugs and signs of affection from your friends and family. Um,
Yeah.
we've experienced that. I had. almost every member of my family, no, every member of my family had birthdays during the COVID pandemic. It
Hmm.
started with our oldest son, then our daughter who turned 18, and then mine, my son's, my wife's, and it was all just the five of us, and then virtual celebrations with people. So that's tough when you're used to, especially with our daughter who wants to make or who turned 18, and it was
Yeah,
supposed
she wanted it memorable.
for her.
It takes passion and creativity
Yeah,
din to create a video. Yes, Sir Pat and Bills nitong mag-edit. Bilis mag-edit. Oo, very mabilis si Sir Patrick mag-edit.
we try. So thank you for.
Yeah.
But what other
So,
things change, say, in your world, Joy? So I know here, um, for quite a while, even our parks were closed, museums were
yeah,
closed, churches were closed.
everything,
I mean,
uh,
everything was impacted, and we're just slowly coming around right now.
yes. Actually, tourism activities were really down. So you cannot go elsewhere. You cannot immediately soak yourself to the beach
Right?
because there are a lot of restrictions.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just see all of those views from the Facebook page, from the YouTube channels.
Yeah.
So it's really different, especially if you're, yeah, we're used to going outside. So sun chasing is not a thing right now. To soak yourself on the beach is not a thing right now, but then
Right.
slowly, yes,
Yeah.
we're getting back there.
It's slowly coming back. So I know in the last week here in Southern California, they've started opening indoor dining. For up until a week ago, there was no indoor dining at restaurants. You can do takeout. You can dine on
Yeah.
patios, but no indoor dining. So they've slowly opened that up, but it's only
Mm-hmm.
at 50% capacity. So the sad part is, you know, um, uh, freelancers and independents like yourself. So I've got friends who own restaurants, and it really took a hard hit when you can't have uh, the patrons come in the way they used to, especially in that very critical time when we have a lot of let's see here, traffic through the desert,
Yeah.
through the music festivals, through the tennis tournaments, through the golf tournaments, because the PGA does a tour stop. I'm about 10 minutes from PGA West, which is the western headquarters of the Professional Golf Association. And so they do have a PGA tour stop here. And there's also an LPGA tour stop. So we welcome international guests. And a lot of these hotels, restaurants, hospitality trade rely on that. And unfortunately, we missed out on that this year. So yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for coming, everybody. I thank you for keeping up with that, Joy. Thanks
Yeah.
for
And
Kenny.
also, one thing that's really new around is that we have a lot of food delivery services right now. We have first we had Food Panda, we have Grab Food, and then right now there are a lot of small logistics um, company that spread out like mushrooms. Because for example, they just made a Facebook page, and then we're now offering services like this and like that. We can transfer this and like this, like that, and like that.
Yeah.
So that's also one thing that has been considered something new.
And then C Family has commented, same here, sa amin, sir. So that's out in Montreal. Takeout lunch,
Mhm.
and then hotels are affected because of the tourists. There's less tourists that are coming around and less tourists that check in. So yeah, absolutely, there's truth to that. But let's kind of move things along, and we talked a little bit about the changes to our daily routines. What about highlighting some of that? I know for us, it's all of the pre-checks before I even get into clinic or before I even get into the hospitals. They're actually stopping us, and whether you're staff or providers or not, they're doing all the temperature checks. We do that. I know some
Actually,
people,
same here.
they do the temp checks.
Yes.
That's
And
new.
also for faster contact tracing, they use it's either QR codes or you will fill out a piece of paper so that it'll be easier to contact trace if somebody during that day has become positive or what.
Yeah,
So those are some of the things, and then a lot of barriers like here, barrier, barrier, barrier.
yeah, yeah.
But we have to embrace all those things. It's part of our reality right now. It will also change in the future because one thing that is constant, it's change.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, what about positive stories? You want to talk about positive stories? Have you heard of anything positive that has come out of this?
Actually, here in Davao region, um, somehow it has a place of ecotourism and a lot of marine life who which frequently, or for example in Mati City, they have a beach called the Dahican, and that area is where some of sea turtles are laying eggs.
Okay.
And usually they lay eggs on nighttime. But because of the close down
Yeah.
of the quarantine, some of the sea turtles are now laying eggs during the day. They come back to the seashores, lay eggs, go back. And then actually more and more of the sea creatures right now in this area, the Davao Gulf, are returning. There are dolphins, there are some whale sharks. They're passing by because there are a lot of um, food within the Davao Gulf for the sea creatures. So they're going back. And that is really something. The nature is like healing itself. Because not much of human intervention, not much of human presence. It's their time to go around and visit their places, and
Yeah.
that's one thing that some of the people really missed of seeing those pictures.
Right.
Poor turtles. But right, actually, Dahican is has a conservatory for those turtles, so they're safe in there,
Oh, the poor
pretty safe.
turtles from Family TV. And see, family, just to touch base on up top, she did talk about Uber Eats, and so that's something that's very popular down here as well in the U.S. and of course in Canada. Uber Eats and Skip the Dishes and a lot of these um, delivery type companies that have come up. So that's great.
Yeah,
Uh,
MG Diaries has something also.
let's share her positive story, Joy.
Yeah, according to MG Diaries, a positive story from her is that we can choose now to work from home or office. It is a hybrid model, so it is very convenient. So today I decided to work from home while listening to both of you. All right.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see families comment. You are blessed to have that option. That is absolutely true. So I look at uh, some parts of the U.S. where we have people who have that option, have that ability, and then I look at those people who don't have that option and don't have that ability, and who are in jobs that do require them to be on site, and that is
Uh-huh.
a bit. A little bit of a double-edged sword. So I look at those people who have jobs that do not allow them to socially distance, do not allow them to stay at home, and a lot of them are on the lower end of the income spectrum. So unfortunately, they
True.
have to step out and they have to be
Yes.
in public and they have to be face to face. And the drawback there then is the spread of the virus can happen because you don't have the ability to social distance. You don't have
True.
the ability to stay at home. So um, that's one of the drawbacks there. So see, family, so convenient, those food delivery services when you're craving for something.
You're
Absolutely,
too lazy and too
you're
scared to go out.
too scared to go out. Absolutely true. And that's what these
Yes.
companies have brought to the marketplace, the ability for us to be able to order in.
Also, one thing is, right now, a lot of of people have become bakers, have become cooks of their own. They were exploring the kitchen. Also, they've become um, plantitos and plantitas, or they love to plant more succulents, some cacti, and then some trees, and greening the area. So it's still a bit refreshing inside home. Actually, here at our backyard, my father has some um, plants. We have the alugbati, we have the pechay, we have the sibuyas or onions. We
Yeah,
have some of those things at our backyard right now.
yeah, absolutely. So, what other
So at
pop
least,
stories have you seen? Because I can share a couple more, but I want to hear a little bit more from you guys. I'm going to go to our private chat. There is the pandemic that has strengthened the spiritual life of some people. So, Desert Cat's talking about uh, the hope through religion that has helped through the stressful times by seeing tragedy as an opportunity to grow closer to God. And
actually,
that does happen when we are faced with tragedy or when we're faced with stressful situations or we're faced with something different. And what we do is we then turn our attention back to God and move away from our usual stuff, right? So that's good.
yeah. But actually, it should have been like we're doing it even before the pre-COVID times. But somehow, a lot of people who are really away from their religion or from their spiritual practices are now closer to God.
Yeah. Oh,
But hopefully, they're going to continue that even after this thing.
yes, yes.
And somehow, a lot of people do not have enough stress coping mechanism
Yeah,
because a lot of people are getting depressed now. That's one of the negative things about this because they cannot cope. And one thing that they could have done is to talk with online, uh, or they can divert at least something to do productive
yeah,
and somehow to connect virtually. At least they can share what are that's what is somehow I'm also advocating of doing YT like a diary because it is something that at least they can express themselves. Whoever will listen to them, it's still therapeutic. At least they can vent out so that they can somehow release all of those sad moments of their lives, and at least they are still connecting with people, and they and those people somehow can help them to uplift their their emotions and
right.
not to become very depressed.
Yeah. One of the most fantastic stories I heard about was when I was up in Vancouver, and of course, a lot of people were stuck at home and weren't going out, especially our seniors
Yeah,
and senior citizens who were afraid to go out because they're of a vulnerable age group and vulnerable population, right? And so what
yeah,
there is there was an apartment building or a condo building that one of my aunts lived in, and there was a college age kid who just put a sign up on the elevator that says, "Hey, if you need me to step out to buy groceries, I'll be happy to do that for you." Didn't ask for payment, didn't ask for anything in return, and that person went out and bought groceries, gave the people their change back, and here's the groceries. And it was just a great feeling because the 20 something year old that goes to the grocery store is not facing the same risks as a 75 or 80-year-old going to a grocery store. So that was a
Yeah.
fantastic story that I enjoyed hearing. The other one is at my daughter's school. There was a student that had access to a 3D printer, and he started
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
making the face shields
Face
because
shields.
back in the earlier part of this pandemic, we were having trouble sourcing the personal protective equipment. We were having
True.
trouble sourcing where these items would be coming from. So he made these face shields and donated them to hospital staff. So that was very much appreciated, and a
Yeah,
lot of good
actually,
stories were heard.
yeah. And also here in our place, during the start of the pandemic, a lot of people were asked to please do not go out home. But then still a lot of people were doing some effort to give food to the frontliners, um, donate some PPEs,
Yeah,
and then also to do some of those face shields with the 3D printing. But then some of the items really got out of stock. So that's what hinders them to provide.
yeah, yeah. So hello from July Coup Vlogs, and then C Family was talking about a lot of new hobbies that were discovered. Uh, for you, Joy, new hobbies.
Yeah.
Dahil sa pandemic, YouTube. Yeah, and
Nakapag-YT.
I mean, I found YouTube just to find something to do during the pandemic. So I started
True.
creating these videos, and I'm surprised as I look back at the channel now, which is What's Up, Pat, that channel name. I look at it and I've got over 50 videos, and it started with just let's just do something for fun.
Yeah.
And
Actually, everything should start as like a hobby or trying out, and then to make it like a hobby, and then eventually just a fun thing to do.
wow,
That's why I always say to our friends, like, we just have to enjoy the process.
yeah,
And it's do not be stressed out with all of those processes. Just enjoy the process, and everything will go with the flow.
absolutely, that's so true. And so
Yeah.
Henry is talking about, yep, she's here. She's just got to go check on some things.
Yeah.
And,
Bawasan
we
WHO.
love the idea of 3D printing too. Absolutely, 3D printing is a
What?
fantastic, and it was effective. So as he printed these, and I don't know how many he printed, 80, 100 of them. It was effective to be used in the hospital setting for those who didn't have access or couldn't get any others. So wow,
Yeah, MG Diaries is also sharing something. She
yeah,
had a premiere last Tuesday, and that's about with the crafts and arts date that they had in UAE. That was last September 10. So it helped their colleagues who are also going through some personal um, challenges.
yes, that was.
Yes. Actually, MG Diaries has really a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah.
If you were able to see one of her live streams,
Uh-huh.
uh, that was a bunch of her friends supporting her from different sides of from different areas in the world, from Japan, from Canada,
Yeah.
from United States. Yeah. So she also built a lot of connections because of this situation.
Hey, Joy, I didn't see Raynon. Is he coming up?
Rainan, I do not know. Her
Oh,
mother we didn't, I guess. Actually, it was not Rainan, it was RJ,
what? Okay.
their youngest.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
what else are you finding? Are you finding changes now from the earlier part of the pandemic to the last week or two? Are there changes?
Right now we're slowly opening.
Okay, slowly open.
Um, yes, we have this Rojas Night Market. It's like a food area during nighttime, especially for those who are having tough uh budget. They
Yeah.
can eat out like less than $1.
Oh,
They're
really?
already having a meal.
Yeah.
Yes, but then they still are considering some physical distancing, and then doing some minimal health protocols to be observed, and that's one thing. And some of the tourism activities are slowly coming back,
Yeah.
and then some flights are already there, but when they arrive here, they have to go through some health um, protocols.
Some screens.
So, yeah, screening on that after they arrive here. And then that's really one thing. That is really a hassle if you're a busy person.
That's true. That is a
In
big,
UAE,
big change.
yeah, true. According to MG Diaries, in UAE, it's almost normal. Beach parks, restos are open with limited capacity. People are out. The only thing we remember here is wear our mask and practice physical distancing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a big move to get back to normal. I know for us here, it's going to take a little bit. Uh, but then again, when you look at what's happening in terms of the numbers, it's not as well controlled as other areas. One of the things that I've been looking at in healthcare for the past many years is um, the flu
New
season.
Zealand.
And so here,
Yeah.
the in the northern hemisphere, here in the U.S., we tend to follow and we look at what Australia is doing. So if
Mhm.
Australia is having a relatively difficult year with the flu, or if Australia is having a relatively early season with the flu, we tend to mimic that up here in the northern hemisphere. So for the many
Yeah.
years that we've been looking at it, um, those numbers as they peak and drop and peak and trough for the flu, similar to what we're seeing here. Interesting
Yeah.
in Australia this flu season. They're already in their flu season, and they have um, the flu curve is much more shallow than what it has been in previous years. And so we're hoping that that will translate up here as well. And all those things
True.
that we talked about with social distancing, physical distancing, with face coverings, mask shields, all of that has been helpful to also curb the spread of
The
flu.
spread. Yeah.
So that
Actually, that's really one of the things that we have to practice right now, and somehow with with a lot of infectious diseases around, not just the COVID.
yeah
So it can be a practice, especially amongst the airborne diseases. So, but at least we can get rid of the mask in the future.
yeah absolutely.
Yes. Jennifer Betito has a concern with the channel. There are some reductions of the WH with no apparent reasons. We will just embrace that because we really do not understand some of the things that is really happening right now also in the YouTube world.
Yeah,
But we just have to continue. We have to enjoy what we're doing, spread or share our contents because we are all content creators. So we will make content and we will not just copy any content. Or we can mimic. We can do our own parody, but not really to copy some content. So that is really one thing. Because during this time, sometimes our creativity loses its juice. So we have to at least explore. And then even little things like I told one time when I had my unboxing
yes.
with my new phone
The new
during the premiere, the new Samsung A10s. It's not really the high tech one, but something that is also therapeutic. And I also suggested to some of our friends who were there during the premiere, guys, doing some grocery, you can also make your unpacking. Hey, I bought this apple. Hey, I bought these oranges. Hey, I bought this and everything just to have your content. But then, of course, we have to think of what will be our content. But if you really do not have anything else in your mind, you can do that as well. Even the groceries can be unboxed.
That's right. Because that's different. That's something that might be. So for people who, I think of people who are stuck at home, and I look at an older population where, again, they're afraid to go out. And what are their avenues? It's television, it's radio, it's
It's
internet,
mixed.
and it's these videos. So if we can,
Yeah.
through your pork adobo video, or through my Detroit video, if we can at least bring a smile to someone's face, just one
True.
person, that's a fantastic feeling. And so I'm hoping
Yeah.
we'll be able to do that. I wanted to share something that Desert Cat has just shared with us. And caring for yourself and others can improve your mental health during this pandemic. COVID has left us feeling vulnerable with a lack of control. However, there are things that we can control to improve our mental health. Besides
Yes.
taking breaks from news and depressing social media, practicing basic safety and hygiene can go a long way for your mental health. We
True.
feel better when we try to stay connected in our relationships, cope with stress in healthy ways, and find a sense of agency. And those words kind of resonate because, again, we do look at that. We do try to talk about that. We do say, okay, let's figure out how we can do this. How can I take care of myself? And it might
True.
be um, anything that you do to help take care of your mental health, anything that you can do to help spread joy, help spread laughter, help spread a feeling of caring amongst people it goes a long way, and it really is a rewarding feeling. So Joy,
Yes.
going with your pork adobo and your unboxing videos because someone somewhere is finding positivity. She's not on here.
True.
Yeah, she's not on here tonight, but I have a friend who has a channel named Mandy's Trend. And Mandy
Hmm.
tends to share such positive messages every live stream. Some soothing music, some calming music, and positive messages. And she's a friend that I've met through this platform. Um,
Hmm.
and the few exchanges, actually quite a few exchanges that we've had, it's been positive. Just like Joy and I have connected through this platform, and the exchanges are positive, and we tend to
Yes.
share um, stories of positivity with each other, and then now with you. Miss Henny, it's
True.
almost midnight here. Uh-oh, it's almost midnight in, I believe you're on the East Coast. So, yes, it is almost midnight because I'm nearing 9 p.m. here on the West Coast. So, thank you for joining us, Henny. I wish you a good
Thank
night.
you, Henny.
The sea
And
farm,
belated happy birthday.
yeah. And MG Diaries and the C family, true. And that's right. It is in giving that we receive. Thank you for those comments. So, MG Diaries and the C family, everything that you create on this platform, too, I believe that there is an audience out there that will find joy and find satisfaction in what you're creating and what you're doing. And let's continue doing that because the more we do go out of our comfort zone, which really is uh, I don't think any of us had thought, hey, I'm going to be online and I'm going to be sharing my story and I'm going to be sharing what I'm doing on a daily basis or on a travel basis. I don't think we've thought that, but by doing what we're doing, I believe that there is someone out there, like my friend Mandy's Trend in Azerbaijan, who we've connected on this platform, and my friend
Yeah.
in Davao, Philippines, who
Thank you.
is enjoying this platform. And what do we have? She's in Ohio. Yes, our friend Henny in Ohio and the C family in Montreal. Amazing that this has brought us. And Joy, I've never met you, and I've never met the C family, Mia. I've never met Henny, but through these exchanges, as brief and as um, non-intimate that they are, it really does bring us closer, and you have a sense of friendship and a sense of
Yes, actually.
so uh, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that with us.
It's a small thing, actually. Let's just connect with people, share our stories, hopefully to inspire them,
Yeah.
because not everybody is inspiring at all.
Yeah. So hopefully we do get back to our um,
Yeah, hopefully soon.
usual daily lives, although this may be our new normal. But I do want
Yeah,
to be able to go back out on the polo grounds and experience and listen to my country music stars as they come through the valley. I certainly hope that I'll be able to go back out onto the PGA West golf course to watch our golf stars that come out, and onto
yeah,
Wells tennis courts to watch tennis. But 2020 that didn't happen, so next year we're hoping that we'll be able to get back to it.
yeah. Hopefully, we're all praying for that. Everyone else is praying for that.
Kawan, your festival.
Yeah, hopefully next year we can celebrate. Because right now it's really very hard, especially if a festival, everyone is really so close. Okay.
Yeah. Tell me about this, Joy, because a couple years ago I went to the Philippines, like I
Yeah,
shared with you first time, and then last year I went for the second time. I do want to be able to go back, and this year, uh, Thanksgiving, which is in November here, would have been another time that we may have planned another visit. So I want to be able to do that, and I want to be able to practice my Tagalog when I'm out there, and that's something. Uh, a group of friends of mine and I, we understand Tagalog.
true.
We of course want to be able to speak more. Parang
And you can also learn Bisaya.
Tayo is more mahirap for me. I can hear Tagalog and I can salita Tagalog a little bit, and uh,
Yeah,
the more I speak Tagalog, it kind of flows. But when I stop speaking it, it's hard to start up again. Kaya dapat mag-usap tayo ng Tagalog
practice. Oh,
para ma-practice din ako.
and Henny said, I'll switch to phone so I can shut down the laptop for the night. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Hey, Miss Hen,
And then,
and say hi to Brian for us out there in Ohio. And then MG Diaries is also hoping and praying. She misses her family back home. She misses
yeah.
durian, which I don't think I've ever had durian. She misses mangosteen, which I love, is a favorite, the mangosteen. And she's looking forward to meeting her guidance counselor, Sir Joy of the World. Look at that. May mga joy. Fantastic.
Yeah. Team Kajoy.
Yes, po, parang the virus is here to stay. So we do the best we can to cope and continue to be positive and encourage others and just stay safe. And yeah, absolutely, see family, we will get through this with God. With God's grace,
Yeah.
through
With
His,
prayers.
we have that faith in Him.
Yeah.
My visit to, have you been to Cebu?
Yep. Several times.
You have my visit to Cebu, our first visit, right? I took the family to Cebu, and our first visit there, my first visit there, kids, my wife, first visit to the Philippines. We landed at Cebu Mactan, right? International
Yep.
Airport.
MTIA. Yep.
I'm going to try my Tagalog now. So we landed sa Cebu at saka nag-arrange ako ng car, a
Mm-hmm.
passenger bus para to
Mm-hmm.
pick us up. And
To
then
tour around.
itong, let's see here, ala, alas 4 ng umaga when we landed.
Oh?
And then
Madaling araw pala.
araw. And so we traveled from Los Angeles through China to Cebu. And then
Mm-hmm.
the fellow picked us up. And right away, nag-tour na kami. So,
Wow. Madaling araw na tour agad. Parang May ano pa, di ba? Jet lag.
Excited. Excited kami. So,
Ah,
let
okay.
at saka pagdating, sabi ko, I want to, gusto ko kumain ng local. And
Yan?
sabi niya, local food, sabi niya, wala po, it's
Ah.
closed. Because I think by the time he picked us up, it was 5 o'clock.
Actually, since it's in Cebu, you can, ano, pwede sana yung pinuntahan, Karkar Cebu. Maraming lechon doon, madaling araw.
You know, when he said wala, he said, ang ano lang, bukas is Jollibee. So nag-Jollibee
Yeah.
to try
24 hours.
Rico's Lechon in Cebu. Nag-try na kami
Mm.
doon. Rico's Lechon, that was good. And then the other one, there were two famous ones that we tried. That was
Hi
good.
to Brendan. You, what's up?
Oh,
Shout out to Brendan.
what's your first one, Joy? What's your first trip that'll happen after the pandemic?
Still local, but within the Davao region. Hopefully to visit the east side, Davao Oriental. There are a lot of falls
Yeah.
and some beaches, white sand beaches. And since it is our rise, yeah, it is the rising sun area, so it's a good thing for sun chasers. So it's
Okay.
the east
Good.
side of Davao. Hopefully.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Brendan? Shout out, Brendan. Love Pat and the C Family TV. Love, love, love
Yeah,
at Henny.
true.
Yeah.
Pahinga na dear.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't read that. Is that what it said? Thought none. Okay.
Yes, it's pahinga. It's just Jejemon. Without the A.
I love
Tagasan ka at Joy. I'm from Davao City. So southern part of the Philippines. Bisaya.
I have an aunt from Leyte. That's Visayas, right?
Yes.
One,
And most of them are Waray.
yeah, one of my mom's brothers is married to a lady from Leyte,
Mhm.
but I am
It's where Douglas MacArthur landed.
a lot of history.
I yes.
And
Very good.
see, our history is my dad's from northern Luzon. I've never been.
Northern Luzon. So it's
Yeah,
Ilocano.
he is. He speaks Ibanag
Ay,
from
Banag.
Cagayan Valley,
Mhm.
and then my mom's her dad. So my grandfather's from Angeles,
Yeah.
so he's from Kapongpangan.
So it's a mixture of from Luzon.
Yeah, but
By
their
the way,
parents met.
you
So and I don't.
know what? I have to go. What's up, Pat?
That's
It's already lunchtime here.
lunchtime. So we want
Yep.
to say goodnight to you. And I think if I go into our private chats, I think we're okay. Everybody is gone. Good night to everyone from Desert Cat.
Yes. Good night to Desert Cat.
Stay positive. Enjoy
True.
having a birthday coming up. So early, happy birthday to you.
Yes, it's gonna be next week, Wednesday.
And
So we're gonna have our raffle with Joy on Sunday.
Raffle with Joy 4. Let me throw that up there. That's happening
Yeah.
soon. And so, anyone that is free, come and join us. So, thank you, Joy, for that. I wish you well. Happy birthday. And
Thank you very much.
I wish you well on Sunday. I'll be joining you from here.
For a
And
couple of hours.
how long is it?
Oh, it's gonna be around 3 to 4 hours. So hopefully you can still join us for 1 or 2 hours. That would be great.
I'll drop you the link. I'll be happy to come up and join you on your stream.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
I'll be using StreamYard, so anybody can come up.
Fantastic. So,
Yep, yep.
from Joy of the World and from What's Up, Pat, thank you all for joining us.
Yes.
Wish you well. Stay positive, stay safe, and be well out there.
Yeah. And thank you to all our friends right there, our team right there.
Yeah,
Thank you for the support as always.
absolutely.
Thank you very much to See Family TV and see you on my channel.
We've got to figure out how we can drop our channels on here so that we can all connect. But please connect with each other. I've got MG Diaries, C Family TV. You've got Brendan out there. You've got Desert Cat up there. Henniper, Betito Henny was there. Everyone that's joined us. We had Wendell earlier. Wendell Moralda came up and joined us.
Yeah.
Feel free to connect. And again, thank you all for joining us. Stay positive, stay well, and hope to see you on Sunday on Joy's channel
Yeah.
to win some fantastic prizes.
Yep.
All
All
right.
right.
Take care,
Thank
everybody.
you very much, guys.
All right.
See you around.
Thanks
Bye
again.
bye.
All right. Bye bye. Stay safe.
Yes.